In a stunning upset, State Senator Omar Fateh defeated two-term incumbent Mayor Jacob Frey for the Minneapolis DFL Party endorsement for Minneapolis mayor. Now, Frey has filed a protest with the state DFL Party, citing voting discrepancies. And Frey has also been elected mayor twice before without an endorsement by the Minneapolis DFL. But Social Democrats are winning more seats every election here and across the country. In New York City, Social Democrat Zoran Mamdani beat former Governor Andrew Cuomo in the Democratic primary for mayor. For analysis of this trend, I turn to Professor David Schultz. Take a look. And joining us right now is Professor David Schultz. Thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure. Thank you for coming.
All right, Democratic Socialists. Who are they?
Well, who are they is something different than the Communist Party of the United States or the Socialist Worker Parties of the 1930s. What the DSA is, formed in 1982, it's a coalition of individuals ranging anywhere from progressives to, let's say, very, very progressive people. The simplest way of describing it, they have significant criticisms of capitalism or believe that capitalism isn't working for the majority of the people and would like to come up with a different economic system.
Are they taking over the Democratic Party? Because you have here in Minneapolis, you've got Omar Fateh, who beat Jacob Frey in this endorsing process. You also have in New York City, which has gotten tons of national attention, Zoran Mamdani beating Andrew Cuomo. Are they on the rise?
They are on the rise at this point, and partly because of a couple of reasons. First, I think the more traditional Democratic Party has kind of lost its way, according to these individuals. And second, there's a generational shift that's going on. And let's think about it here, is that for those people who are the baby boom generation, the system worked fairly well and delivered the goods. But if you look at polling right now for people under the age of 30, 35, about half of them are saying, well, they have a favorable view of socialism because why? They're looking at capitalism not delivering for them because of what? Affordability of housing, medical care, student loans, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So there's a window there, and the DSA is taking advantage of that window in the Democratic Party.
Well, here in Minnesota, we've got 4 members of the Minneapolis City Council, 3 members of the Minnesota Senate. One of them is, of course, Omar Fateh, right. 4 members of the Minnesota House. Obviously, Bernie Sanders is probably the best known, and right. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is also perhaps the best known Democratic Socialist. There has been a long history of the Anti-Defamation League, which, of course, concerns itself with issues of anti-Semitism, saying this group is anti-Semitic. And there have been some accusations thrown back and forth. What do you say to that?
Well, again, it's a broad coalition. I mean, clearly there's within the DSA a lot of them who are criticizing Israel, criticizing Israel's incursion into Gaza. Many of them are sympathetic to the Palestinians, and so it's hard to sort of pin down and say that there's an actual official position, but clearly within the DSA, there may very well be individuals who are anti-Semitic. But again, because it's not a traditional right. political party, it doesn't have official platforms, it's hard to really identify.
Strongly politically, they are against Israel's current policy in the Middle East.
There's no question about that. No question about that.
All right. In terms of the appeal, it does seem to be a personal affordability issue.
Yes.
That they're appealing to young people about student loans,
right.
about the price of groceries, about just what you were saying. The Democratic Party really didn't seem to do that this past election.
They didn't. And when first Biden, then Harris kept saying things like, well,
Bidenomics,
that the economy's doing well. Well, the economy may have been doing well on Wall Street, may have been doing well for businesses, but for the average person, as I said last year, for the average person looking at the price of milk, bread, and eggs going up, it wasn't doing well. And the Democrats looked like they had literally a tin ear or didn't understand the plight of the working class.
Okay. Is Omar Fateh the favorite now in the council, in the mayor's race?
He has to be the favorite at this point. He's got the official endorsement. Unless it gets overturned, he's got the resources of the party. But what makes this complicated, of course, is the fact that he's going to be running against an incumbent who's been elected twice. But if you think about it, in elections...
An incumbent, Jacob Frey, has never gotten the endorsement, and he's won twice.
Twice, right. But at a time when oftentimes when incumbents run, it's a referendum on them. And a lot of people are upset in Minneapolis about what? About crime, about affordability and so forth like that.
Crime is actually down.
It's down.
It is down dramatically in Minneapolis.
There's no question about that. But lots of people still have the perception about that, still have a concern about housing costs, about a variety of different things. Oftentimes, again, elections are referendum on incumbents. That makes it a little bit more difficult for the mayor.
Professor David Schultz, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.